The WNBA action is heating up. Tonight it's a clash of rising stars and veteran grit as the Indiana Fever take on the Atlanta Dream in a battle that could set the tone for the early season. All eyes are on rookie sensation Caitlin Clark, who's looking to make her mark and grab her first win, while the Dream, led by Rhyne Howard and a tough defensive squad, aim to shut her down and make a statement of their own. The opening quarter didn't disappoint as both teams came out firing with intensity and pace. The Atlanta Dream struck first, and surprisingly, it was Brittany Griner who knocked down a three-pointer to open the scoring. Not something you see every day from the big center, but she showed she can stretch the floor when it matters. Not to be outdone, Rhyne Howard quickly followed up with a smooth turnaround hook shot, showing off her footwork and finesse in the paint. Shatori Walker-Kimbrough stepped into a clean look from deep and nailed a three-pointer, bringing the crowd alive. Moments later, Kelsey Mitchell, known for her aggressive drives and crafty finishes, sliced through the defense for a powerful driving layup to give Indiana some early rhythm. Then came a moment of tension for Indiana fans. Aaliyah Boston got to the line with a chance to extend the lead, but came up short on her free throw. The spotlight then shifted to the rookie phenom Caitlin Clark, and she did not disappoint. She drove into the lane and sank a beautiful running layup, flashing the elite touch that made her the most talked about name entering the league this year. Back on the other end, Te-Hina Paopao responded with fire for the Dream. She got to the rim for a strong driving layup, absorbed the contact, and converted the and one with a confident free throw. A three-point play that gave Atlanta some momentum, but Boston wasn't done. She went back to the line and this time made good on her free throw, then followed it up with another layup in the paint, using her strength and positioning to dominate inside. Paopao wasn't backing down either. She answered yet again with another driving layup, showing off her quickness and composure. But Boston came right back for Indiana with yet another layup, continuing her impressive first quarter performance. Then came a deep shot from Atlanta. Jones stepped up and buried a three-pointer, keeping the Dream within reach. But the moment of the quarter came courtesy of Caitlin Clark. With the crowd buzzing, she stepped into a deep shot and hit a gorgeous three-pointer, her first of the night and a definite game-high moment. After that, Howard got to the line for Indiana and knocked down a free throw to add to their growing lead. On the Dream's next possession, Gray drew a foul and calmly sank both free throws, trying to keep Atlanta close. Indiana had the final say though. In the closing seconds of the quarter, made a smart off-ball cut, received a crisp pass, and finished with a cutting layup to seal a strong first quarter for the Fever. End of the first quarter score, Indiana Fever 21, Atlanta Dream 16. As the second quarter tipped off, the pace didn't slow down, it accelerated. Right out of the gate, Caitlin Clark showed exactly why the spotlight stays on her. She pulled up with confidence and drilled a three-point jump shot, adding to her growing highlight reel and firing up the Indiana crowd. Shortly after, Sophie Cunningham got involved in the action, cutting sharply to the basket and finishing a slick layup, giving the Fever a quick burst of momentum. But the Dream weren't about to fade away. Te-Hina Paopao, already hot from the first quarter, stayed in rhythm and nailed a pull-up three, showing her deep shooting range and quick trigger. Naz Hillman followed up for Atlanta, slashing through the defense and finishing a cutting layup, helping the Dream claw back into the game. Indiana responded again through Cunningham, who was heating up. She knocked down a three-point jumper of her own, keeping the Fever's offense humming. But Rhyne Howard came right back for Atlanta, showing off her elite scoring ability with a three-pointer, keeping this game tight and thrilling. Then it was Clark time again, and she made it count. With a smooth step-back move, she sank a deep three-pointer, a highlight reel shot that sent a buzz through the crowd. That's the kind of magic Indiana fans came to see. The Dream kept pushing. Walker-Kimbrough responded with a smart cutting layup, keeping Atlanta close and showcasing the Dream's fluid off-ball movement. Then, once again, Paopao showed up in the clutch. With space on the perimeter, she executed a slick step-back three-pointer, her second of the quarter, keeping her hot hand alive and closing the gap. But Indiana refused to slow down. Dewana Bonner stepped up and delivered a crucial three-pointer, helping the Fever regain the lead, followed by Kelsey Mitchell, who danced into a step-back jumper of her own, extending the Fever's narrow advantage. As the quarter wound down, Rhyne Howard kept things interesting with a turnaround hook shot, a tough, stylish finish to keep Atlanta within striking distance heading into halftime. Halftime score, Indiana Fever 42, Atlanta Dream 40. With the second half underway, the intensity dialed up another level, and it was none other than Caitlin Clark who lit the spark for Indiana once again. The rookie sensation didn't waste any time. She drove straight into the teeth of the Atlanta defense and finished a strong driving layup, showing her trademark quickness and fearless aggression. Right after that, Kelsey Mitchell stepped into rhythm and nailed a three-point jump shot. It was clear that Indiana was coming out of halftime with urgency and focus, but the Atlanta Dream weren't going to roll over. Jones got into the action for the Dream, working her way inside for a composed layup, keeping the pressure on Indiana's defense. Mitchell, who was heating up, responded immediately. This time, she attacked the lane again and finished a driving layup. Jones was relentless, though. She continued to attack the Fever's interior and showcased her post skills with a turnaround hook shot, using finesse and body control to keep Atlanta in striking distance. And she wasn't done. On the very next possession, she sliced in for another clean layup, building momentum for the Dream almost single-handedly. But Mitchell was locked in. With the defense sagging for just a moment too long, she pulled up and drained another three-pointer, her second of the quarter. Atlanta's Ryan Howard wasn't going to let that go unanswered. She sized up the defense and rose up for a three-point jumper, answering Mitchell's shot and showing the poise and shot making that made her an all-star. DeWanna Bonner, always a savvy veteran presence, crashed the offensive glass and finished with a strong putback layup, creating second-chance opportunities that the Fever were capitalizing on all night. Gray kept the Dream within reach, using off-ball movement to perfection. She found a crease in the defense, made a sharp cut, and finished a clean-cutting layup. Then came a slick highlight from Lexi Hull. The young Fever guard cut baseline, caught the feed, and spun under the rim for a stunning reverse layup, showcasing her athleticism and touch. As the quarter neared its end, Indiana pushed one last time. Bonner, still playing with fire, took it coast to coast in transition and finished with a fluid running layup, pushing the Fever's lead to 6 just before the buzzer. End of third quarter score, Indiana Fever 63, Atlanta Dream 57. It all began with Mackenzie Holmes-Timpson making her presence known. She stepped confidently into the paint and hit a tough driving floating jump shot. Colson, seizing a gap in the defense, drove hard to the rim and finished a powerful driving layup, expanding Indiana's lead and putting Atlanta on the defensive. Then it was Lexi Hull's time to shine. With the shot clock winding down, Hull created space and sank a pull-up jumper, showing calm under pressure and a smooth mid-range game. Brown, left open beyond the arc, lined up a deep shot and drained a three-pointer, giving the Dream a glimmer of hope and cutting into the Fever's growing lead. Yet Indiana's energy refused to fade. Lexi Hull, having a breakout quarter, sliced through the defense and finished a graceful driving finger roll layup, keeping the Fever in rhythm and electrifying the home crowd. Final score, Indiana Fever 81, Atlanta Dream 76. What a battle between the Fever and the Dream. From Caitlin Clark's early sparks to Lexi Hull's clutch fourth quarter heroics, Indiana showed heart, hustle, and the will to win. This game had everything: deep threes, tough layups, and non-stop action. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more WNBA highlights, recaps, and breakdowns.